46% of employees are afraid they'll lose their job if they talk about their mental health at work. Let that sink in. Nearly half of all workers are suffering in silence because they're terrified of being seen as weak, unreliable, or expendable. But here's the brutal truth. Your workplace might already be destroying your mental health, and you don't even realize it. The World Health Organization just declared workplace stress a global epidemic. Burnout is now officially recognized as a medical condition. And yet, most people still don't know the warning signs until it's too late. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the 7 hidden signs that your workplace is damaging your mental health. More importantly, I'll give you exactly what to do about each one, including rights you probably don't know you have, whether you're an employee trying to protect yourself or a manager who wants to create a healthier environment. This could be the most important video you watch this year. Let's start with sign number 7. Your anxiety spikes every Sunday night. You know the feeling. Sunday afternoon rolls around and suddenly there's this knot in your stomach. Your mind starts racing about Monday morning. You can't enjoy your weekend because you're already dreading work. This isn't just Sunday blues. This is your nervous system warning you that something is fundamentally wrong with your work environment. When your body consistently goes into fight or flight mode just thinking about work, that's trauma response. Dr. Christina Maslach, the leading researcher on workplace burnout, calls this anticipatory stress syndrome. Your cortisol levels actually spike on Sunday afternoons, sometimes higher than they are during your actual workday. Your body is preparing for battle before the battle even begins. First, track it. Keep a simple journal for 2 weeks. Rate your anxiety from 1-10 every Sunday at 6 p.m. If you're consistently hitting 7 or above, that's your body telling you something needs to change. Second, create Sunday boundaries. No work emails, no thinking about Monday's meetings. Your brain needs recovery time. Third, and this is crucial, start documenting everything at work that triggers your anxiety. Hostile managers, impossible deadlines, toxic coworkers. You'll need this evidence later. But Sunday anxiety is just the tip of the iceberg. Sign number 6 is something most people don't even realize is happening to them. Sign number 6, your physical health is declining, and it started when you began this job. Chronic headaches, back pain, digestive issues, frequent colds, trouble sleeping sound familiar. Here's what most people don't realize. Your body keeps the score of workplace trauma. When you're under constant workplace stress, your immune system weakens by up to 40%. Your body diverts all its energy to survival mode, leaving nothing left to fight off illness or repair damage. That tension headache you get every Tuesday, it's not random. That's your body responding to toxic Tuesday team meetings. Those stomach problems that flare up before performance reviews. That's your gut literally telling you something is wrong. Harvard Business School studied 120,000 employees and found that people in high-stress jobs were 50% more likely to require medical care. The most shocking finding, their healthcare costs were 46% higher than employees in healthier work environments. Start connecting the dots. Keep a simple log for 1 week. Physical symptoms on the left, work events on the right. You'll start seeing patterns that will shock you. If you're experiencing new health issues that started after beginning your job, talk to your doctor and be specific. These symptoms began when I started working at X company. This creates a medical record linking your health to your workplace. Most importantly, know your rights. If your job is making you physically sick, you may be eligible for workers' compensation for work-related stress injuries in many states. But physical symptoms are just your body's way of screaming for help. Sign number 5 attacks something even more fundamental. Sign number 5, you've lost your sense of identity outside of work. When someone asks, tell me about yourself, the first thing out of your mouth is your job title. You can't remember what you enjoyed before this job. Your hobbies gone, your personality flattened into whoever your workplace demands you to be. This is called role engulfment, when your work identity completely swallows your personal identity. Toxic workplaces deliberately create this. They want you so emotionally invested that leaving feels impossible. You start thinking, I am a marketing manager instead of I work as a marketing manager. That subtle difference is the trap. Your worth becomes tied to your productivity, your value measured by your output. Ask yourself, when did you last do something creative that wasn't work-related? When did you last have a conversation that didn't involve complaining about your job? Can you describe yourself without mentioning your career? If you're struggling to answer those questions, your workplace has successfully erased parts of who you are. First, reclaim 1 hour every day that's completely work-free. No checking emails, no thinking about tomorrow's deadlines. Use that hour to reconnect with who you were before this job consumed you. Second, resurrect one old hobby or interest. Remember what you loved in college. Go back to it. Your brain needs to remember that you exist beyond your cubicle. Third, practice introducing yourself without your job title. It's harder than you think, but it's essential for rebuilding your sense of self. But losing yourself is just the beginning. Sign number 4 reveals how toxic workplaces manipulate your emotions. Sign number 4, you're walking on eggshells constantly. You analyze every email 3 times before sending. You rehearse conversations in your head. You change your behavior based on your boss's mood. You become a different person at work, hypervigilant, anxious, always scanning for threats. This is called hypervigilance, a trauma response where your nervous system stays in constant alert mode. Your brain is spending so much energy monitoring for danger that you have nothing left for creativity, problem solving, or actual productivity. Psychologically safe workplaces don't require you to be a mind reader. You shouldn't need a PhD in your manager's mood patterns just to survive your Tuesday morning meeting. Toxic workplaces use emotional unpredictability as a control mechanism. Your boss is friendly Monday, cold Tuesday, explosive Wednesday. This isn't poor management, it's psychological manipulation designed to keep you off balance and compliant. They want you questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? Should I have said that differently? When you're busy doubting yourself, you're not questioning their behavior. Start documenting these mood swings and their impact on you. Write down, date, manager's behavior, my response, how it affected my work. Patterns of workplace emotional abuse are often invisible until you see them on paper. Practice the gray rock method. Become boring and unresponsive to emotional manipulation. Give neutral responses. I understand, I'll look into that, thank you for the feedback. Most importantly, remember, a professional workplace shouldn't require you to be a therapist, a mind reader, or an emotional punching bag. But emotional manipulation is just one weapon. Sign number 3, attack something even more fundamental, your time. Sign number 3, work-life balance is a joke and you've stopped pretending it exists. You answer emails at midnight, you work weekend, you eat lunch at your desk while finishing urgent projects. Your personal life has become the time between work tasks, not the other way around. Here's how toxic workplaces steal your life. They start small. Just this once, can you stay late? Then it becomes normal. Everyone checks emails on weekends here. Before you know it, you're working 60-hour weeks for 40-hour pay. This isn't dedication, it's exploitation disguised as company culture. Stanford research found that productivity actually drops after 50 hours per week. You're not being more valuable by working longer, you're being used. Your exhausted brain makes more mistakes, misses important details, and burns out faster. Meanwhile, your relationships suffer, your health deteriorates. Your dreams get pushed to someday when work calms down. Spoiler alert, work never calms down in toxic environments. In most states, you cannot be fired for refusing to work unpaid overtime. You cannot be punished for not answering emails outside business hours. Many people don't know they have legal protections against this. Set hard boundaries starting tomorrow. Pick one: no emails after 7 p.m. or no work on Sundays. Or lunch breaks are sacred. Start with one boundary and defend it like your life depends on it, because it does. Use your phone's do not disturb feature for work apps outside business hours. Your mental health is worth more than appearing always available. But time theft is just the beginning. Sign number 2 reveals how toxic workplaces destroy your confidence. Sign number 2, you've started doubting your abilities even though nothing about your skills has actually changed. 6 months ago, you were confident in your work. Now you second-guess every decision. You used to trust your judgment, now you need approval for things you could handle with your eyes closed. This isn't imposter syndrome. This is systematic confidence destruction. Toxic workplaces are expert at making competent people feel incompetent. They give you impossible deadlines, then blame you for missing them. They change requirements mid-project, then act like you should have known. They withhold information, then criticize you for not having it. This creates something psychologists call learned helplessness. When you stop trying because you believe failure is inevitable no matter what you do. Here's a reality check. Did these problems exist in your previous jobs? If you were successful before this workplace, the problem isn't you. If coworkers are also struggling with similar issues, the problem isn't you. If high performers keep quitting, the problem definitely isn't you. Start a wins journal. Every day, write down 3 things you accomplished, no matter how small. Sent clear email, solve technical problem, help colleague. Your brain needs evidence that you're still capable. Reconnect with people who knew you before this job. Their perspective will remind you who you really are when you're not being systematically undermined. Most importantly, start planning your exit strategy. The longer you stay in an environment that chips away at your confidence, the harder it becomes to remember your worth. But confidence destruction is just preparation for the ultimate trap. And here's sign number 1, the most dangerous one. You can't imagine leaving even though you're miserable. Where else would I go? What if I can't find anything better? At least I have job security here. Sound familiar? This is Stockholm Syndrome for the workplace, psychological captivity disguised as loyalty. Toxic workplaces don't just destroy your mental health, they destroy your belief that anything better exists. They've convinced you that every workplace is this bad, that you're lucky to have any job, that leaving would be career suicide. That's not reality, that's trauma talking. Remember that 46% statistic from the beginning? Those people are staying in jobs that are slowly killing them because they're terrified of change. Don't let fear rob you of years of your life. Your mental health is not negotiable. Your worth is not determined by your workplace's opinion of you. There are companies out there that will value what you bring instead of constantly tearing you down. Start building your escape plan today. Update your resume, reach out to your network, research employee assistance programs. Most companies are required to provide them, and they include confidential counseling and job search support. If you're a manager watching this, audit your own workplace. Are you creating psychological safety, or are you part of the problem? You deserve to work somewhere that doesn't require you to sacrifice your mental health for a paycheck. That place exists, and your future self will thank you for having the courage to find it. Your career should enhance your life, not consume it. If you recognized yourself in these signs, you're not being dramatic or weak. Your mental health matters more than any job. Share this video with someone suffering in silence. Comment which sign hit closest to home. Your story helps others realize they're not alone. Next week, 5 interview questions to identify toxic workplaces before you accept the job offer. Subscribe with notifications on. You are not your job. Your worth isn't measured by productivity. You deserve a workplace that builds you up. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.